Hey there, wise women. So, Emily here from Wise Woman Witchery, and I have been feeling a little warm here in Northern California. I'm guessing it's heating up all over the country, although I haven't actually looked at a map to find out. I will tell you that it got up to 96 or something yesterday, and it's supposed to be 101 today. So we're feeling the heat, those kind of days where you just want to cool off. And I know I've been talking a lot about self-care and cooling your body down when you are feeling overheated is one of those things you can do to take care of yourself. So I wanted to show you how to make a little homemade tea today that you can create, let steep, pop in your fridge, and then come back to and drink when it is cold. You can drink it warm too. It still has cooling properties because of the herbs that we put in it, but it is so much better when it's cool. So let me show you what I got going on here. So I have a mason jar. I have lemon. I went out in the yard and I picked some fresh spearmint, which some of it's not on my floor. We won't use that, but fresh spearmint. And then I also grabbed some lemon balm because it is abundant in my yard right now. Anybody who's grown lemon balm knows that it likes to just spread everywhere. So I have to keep it in check all the time. So for this rest, oh, and I have some honey for sweet tea. I'm not a huge sweet tea person. I really like pungent herbs, meaning that I oversteep my tea. No matter what kind of tea it is, I always oversteep it, and I usually drink it with the bags or the herbs still in it because that's how much I like the strong flavor. But anyway, you can use honey or not. It's totally up to you. I probably will put just a little bit in there. So what we're going to do here is I actually got started, so you didn't have to watch this whole process because it could be agonizing to watch me trying to zest a lemon. But I zested the entirety of the lemon, or most of it, to the best of my ability. And I'm going to put it in this jar, the zest. I hesitated a little bit about doing this video because I don't do a lot of lives from my house. My internet can be a little bit funky here. So if this gets a little glitchy on you, I apologize. Just bear with me. So I have the zest from one lemon. And I'm actually going to cut this lemon, which is a little bit harder once it's been zested, and squeeze a little bit of the juice in there. Not a whole lot, just a little, just to give it a little lemony flavor. And then I washed these herbs before I showed up here on screen. So I'm just going to pick all these leaves off. And this is the lemon balm, and I'm just putting it in whole. You can crush it up a little bit. Sometimes that helps get the flavor or the oils out a little more. Or you can just throw it in. The hot water will do its job. So I don't know how much this is. I just grabbed a couple stalks that were about this long of the spearmint. And so this is the spearmint and the lemon balm. So we will just put all that in our jar. And, you know, some people like to steep their tea. Like I was saying, I like to oversteep my tea, but some people like to steep it like 10 minutes or so. You can do this a couple different ways. I just threw everything in here because that's how I roll. But you may want to put it into some cheesecloth, or if you have like a tea strainer or some type of mesh container that will fit in your jar or your teapot, you can totally put it in that. And that way you can take the herbs out a lot easier before you drink it, or if you only want to steep it for so long. So this is hot water. I just boiled this water before coming on. I know for all of you that drink tea regularly, you're probably like, oh yeah, I totally know how to make tea. What is happening here? I don't need to watch this. But I think my point in doing this is that it's really, really simple to take what I've been talking for 4.5 minutes, to take a few minutes in your day to just make something to nourish your body and to take care of your body. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of honey here to this while it's hot, so it blends in. And I'm just adding like a tablespoon to this whole mess of, I guess, This is I don't know how big this jar is. It's bigger than a quart jar. It's a half-gallon jar, maybe. 6-8 cups, something like that. So mixing that in. And then I am going to let this sit out for a little while and start to cool down before I stick it in the fridge. I'll see if I can show you how pretty this is. It's so pretty. And it'll be cooling. So it's super hot right now, but as it starts to cool down, I will pop that in the fridge. If you are not wanting to leave the herbs in it, you can let it sit out for 10, 15, 20 minutes. And if you have put your herbs in something you can remove, then you can just remove the cheesecloth or whatever it is that you've put in there. If you do not do that and you did what I did here, but you're still wanting to take the herbs out before you stick it in the fridge, you can just use a strainer or colander even, actually, and pour the water through it into a different container that you're going to store in your fridge to cool it down. So this is a cooling beverage for your body in case it's getting as hot where you are as it is where I am, and you're needing to kind of drop that temperature a little. So I'm showing you this today to just remind you that your body needs care and that you can do it pretty quickly, pretty efficiently, and kind of magically. I always feel a little magical when I go out in my yard and grab herbs and create something out of them, especially when it's something that is, you know, good for me. So in my upcoming class, Sacred Self-Care as Sanctuary, we're going to be doing more projects like this. And I will be offering you more recipes and whatnot to help take care of your body, things you can, simple magic you can do at home to take care of yourself. So wise women, that's it for now. Stay cool today. I hope everybody stays cool and comfortable today. And I will talk to you again tomorrow, probably. Take good care. Blessed be.